Step into days and that shit's so wild, where chaos rules and sanity's exiled. Tech toys and gadgets fill the air, superheroes talk without a care. In this realm of wires and light, late night sessions feel so right. Insanity's dance we all embrace, a smile found on every face.
Hey guys, welcome back again to Dave's Dimension. Welcome back again for another live stream. I know it's been a friggin' minute, hasn't it? Lots I need to unbox, and not physically, but metaphorically. If you notice, we are back to standing up. The stand-up desk is in full upright mode because I felt like we're not sitting down for this. We need to go through quite a bit. I know it's been a while since I've done a stream. It's been a few weeks since I've done a video. I've been in build mode, trying to stay busy with the Flux Pack, the Back to the Future Proton Pack, which is still a work in progress. We did have a major setback today. We're gonna touch base on that. Let's go ahead and say hello to everybody. Speaking of Ghostbusters, we have the Ghost Heads Nerd Talk podcast variety show. Joe Panther III himself, every Monday on his channel, Ghost Head Nerd Talk podcast variety channel, on Joe Panther the Third channel. Him and his amazing co-hosts Rain and Val. It's just a very cool, very nostalgic. Now, don't focus on the title too much. Ghostbusters is just one sliver, one little fragment of what they do. They discuss anything and everything. It is a unscheduled and no roadmap. It is just a good ride, a fun time, talking nostalgia, talking pop culture, talking anything and everything that pops up. It's so randomized. They are a great podcast, so please go ahead and check them out. We got the Jedi Cantina popping up. I love the rebranding. I love it. We also have the man himself, Nerd Affiliated. Hey Archer. Guys, please go ahead. If you're not already following Hey Archer and Nerd Affiliated, please go ahead and check him out every day. Of course, he has the Daily Planet, so you always want to check that out. Amazing short form content that has a long-term presence. So guys, please go ahead and check it out. We got the Cool Guy Diecast collection. Oh, so you switched it up now. Saying my favorite Ghostbuster guy, Dave, long time. Yeah, there's been a lot of things going on. This is not supposed to be a long stream. We're going to be talking about a few things. Some things might rub people the wrong way, but hey, it is what it is. We got Ultra Carzilla saying in the house, and what's up, Dave? Nerdy SOB, and sorry I can't stay as long as I have to get my rest in order to wake up early tomorrow morning. Go, get your rest, man. Get your rest. The Flux Pack, although you see it right here, and of course I've been posting pictures on the Instagrams, there's still a lot of work to be done. I have the cyclotron lights, which are usually the floating red lights that you see around the center, the lower center circular part, the cyclotron. We have the power cell lights in there. I still have to put the soundboard, and I still need to finish building the Neutrona wand, the particle rifle, if you will, the particle thrower, if you will. So I still have a lot to do on this. As you can see, I do have some parts on here, but we still need to do a lot. I need to put the electronics in this, so we have a lot to do with that. So today we got the motherboard. The motherboard is, if you're not familiar with it, the motherboard is not the motherboard like in your computer. The motherboard is the back of the Proton Pack. Now, I had ordered it from a very great company named Ben of Kent. I bought merchandise from them before. Hell, my 1-to-1 scale black Proton Pack right there, that is a full 1-to-1 that's all parts from Benekent. They make some very quality stuff. But what happened was when I ordered it, Okay, you guys should be able to hear me now. Let me know if you are. Testing 1 2 1 2. Testing, testing, testing. You guys should hear me now. I can see my voice. So, no, I have not considered an extended warranty on my car, and I will not. So, like I was saying, again, I'm been having to repeat issues. This microphone might be on its way out if this happens again. Now, Archer, in case you're wondering, what I did was I just backed out. I opened up a new tab for StreamYard. I backed out of my old browser and jumped into the new tab. So that's all I did. So, like I was saying, you have the motherboard is the backing of the proton pack. That is where your Alice frame, or harness, if you will, if you're not too familiar with Ghostbusters, the Alice frame are the straps. That gets mounted onto the motherboard. And then you have brackets that fit inside the frame of the proton pack, and they get bolted on. That is what holds the pack itself is being held onto that aluminum board, and you wear it. Well, all the bolts, all the brackets, all the spacers, everything that mounts the Alice frame and the motherboard to the pack, lost. All the bolts, all the hardware is gone. All I have is just the motherboard. As you can see, brushed aluminum. This stuff does not bend. This is nice and sturdy. However, it took over a month. I had ordered it on June 17th. It arrived today on July 23rd. That's just over a month. But that has to do with shipping, with customs, you name it. So many delays. I just got it today. Now, if we go on that time frame, it's not the replacement. If it takes that long for the replacement brackets, if it takes that long for me to get the replacement parts, I'm SOL. The proton pack is not, because I need this. I need to finish this and have it ready for Fan Expo next month for Toronto. Because I'm going to be doing a photo op with Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. I paid for the op, and come on. I love Ghostbusters. I love Back to the Future. I need this pack. Okay? If I don't get this pack, I don't have any real ideas what I'm going to do. So, because I'm psychotic, I am trying to come up with a plan B. I would prefer not to have to use a plan B, but not that kind of plan B, guys. Calm down. So, what I am currently doing, because I'm a psychotic guy, let me pull up the screen. We're going to share the screen. Okay, so you guys know this. It's my interface for the Bamboo Labs P1S printer. My baby. What am I doing here? The great thing about the QPack files for the Proton Pack is it also includes brackets. Let me see if I can bring that. Let me remove that. Stop sharing, and we're going to bring that up. The entire screen. There we go. So, there are files here included in the QPack files for printing up brackets that will fit inside a QPack and hopefully will mount to this Alice, not to the Alice frame, but to the motherboard. So that is my plan B. Now, obviously, regular 3D filament is not going to hold the weights of the Proton Pack. It's just not. I mean, I would love for it to, but it's not realistic. Okay? So, what I'm going to do, quite simply, is I'm using PETG, P-E-T-G. It is a stronger filament. Okay? It is also temperature. I shouldn't say it's not temperature proof, but it's temperature resistant to certain abilities. Okay? So, I am attempting to print these brackets that will actually sit inside the pack and mount it to the motherboard. I'm also, if we go here, So right here, these are some of the spacers. Let me just give you guys a nice good overview. See where there's like this almost round groove? See, we got this nice little round groove right here. This will actually sit against the Alice frame, and then the backside of this onto the motherboard. This as well right here connects part of the I think this might be part of the top, or the top of the Alice frame itself will actually rest onto this part right here. As you can see, a pipe would fit perfectly on there. So, for that right there, this is my backup plan. I'm going to try and print these, okay? I ordered some more PETG because I don't use PETG that much. I really don't. So, I have all these spacers right here that I can duplicate. If I have any issues with these, I can just print new ones, and we should be good. Now, I am going to check some instructions here. Because see, these 1-2 bolts onto the actually motherboard right here, and this right here is going to be the screw or the hole where you're going to have lost the mic again. Frack. Let me see what's going on here, guys. Testing 1-2. No, I still have audio. StreamYard is still showing audio here, so if you guys are losing audio, let me know. Okay, let's see here. Okay, Archer hears me. So let's take a look here. What's up, Archer? Brett, yep, Collecting Cool is now the Jedi Cantina. I just added a second P1S to the fleet of 2. I already had 2 AMS units. Honestly, I want to get a second AMS. I mean, I love my OG AMS 1. I wouldn't mind getting the AMS 2, you know, because it's got that little extra to it. But I might just get another AMS. I'm probably going to print another stand here. I want to print something where I can have both of them, you know, dueling AMSs. Because let's be honest, what's better than 4 types of filament? 8. 8 is nice. It's very, very nice. So, there is that. But that's a whole discussion for a different day and time. So, there's that. Let me see here. Pet G food for outdoors and getting wet too. Yep. So, I mean, that's another thing. He says I lost the mic, and Archer says no, he can hear me. So, who knows? There could be other issues going on. But, so right now, that's the thing I'm kind of stressing over, is that we have the motherboard, which is great. However, I don't have any of the hardware or the brackets that Ben & Kent supplies. It's no fault to them. It's the shippers. It's a shipping service. I mean, like I showed pictures that basically there was a tear on the packaging before I even opened up, and it felt flat. I'm like, wait a minute, there's no hardware in here. I started messaging him. Ben & Kent, Ben Smith. He is great with customer service. He is one of the best people around because he communicates with you on a regular. As soon as he gets information, he passes it on to you. So right now, that's kind of the conundrum, is if I don't get the parts in a timely manner, I'm going to have to rely on fabricating my own, sourcing out the correct bolts, which is going to be interesting. So fingers crossed. The good thing is there is a large Ghostbusters community which hopefully will help me source the proper bolts, the proper steps, so I can get this done proper. Because another thing is, I have to drill holes in here. Okay? Now, Archer, you had commented on my Instagram post. My Instagram post was this. Okay? It was saying that the flux pack may very well be dead. And that's a possibility, at least for now. But here's the thing. I just have this space right here. I don't have a garage. I don't have a shed. I don't have a basement. I live in an apartment building. So when I'm drilling things, I'm doing it here. Okay? I don't have a drill press. I don't have a sander. I don't have, well, I have a palm sander, but that's a whole other story. That's the thing. I don't have a drill press because really a drill press would be ideal for drilling into the holes. I have to measure everything, okay? I have to make sure the holes are lined up perfectly. If I slip and mess up the hole, that can throw off the pack completely, okay? That's the thing. Those are my concerns, is like I have to drill and I have to do it by hand. So I don't even have a vise in here. I don't have a vise on none of my desks to hold everything perfectly straight while I'm drilling through. So there are some real big concerns here. One misstep, one mix-up, one mistake, and the project could be dead, you know? Someone asked me today, well, what about 3D printing a motherboard? It is doable. Is it recommended? No, not really. Even if you do it with PETG, I mean, there's something to be said about the durability of this aluminum plate. Okay? This will not bend, it will not twist, it will not warp. You'd have to hit it with a car to do any damage to it. Or a very large hammer. So that's some of my concerns right there. So I have that. The Neutrino on. I still need to put the soundboard in it. And I need to get some proper speakers. I have these small little 10 watt speakers. They're not strong enough. So I have to kind of come up with some ideas. So there's a lot of things. I mean, one idea was to cut some holes in this motherboard, but I can't. I don't have the tools to cut into it. So I mean, there's a lot I would like to do. I just have to get a little bit more creative with it. I still need to put the flux capacitor on top of the proton pack. I still need to do the Neutrino wand, connect the wand to the pack. So there's still a lot we have to do. Also, Friday, I'm supposed to be getting the motherboard in. Or not the motherboard, but the Alice frame. So I was hoping to start work on this weekend. It's not going to happen. It's going to be delayed, probably at the very least a few weeks. I don't want to cut these things so damn close, but if you saw Back to the Future, Marty's always saying, Doc, why do we have to cut these things so damn close? He says in the part 3 in the saloon. So that's the thing. It's like, I thought that I was going to have plenty of time, but we don't. We really don't. It's going to be crunch time because it's the 23rd right now, and that's pretty much when Fan Expo is happening. Fan Expo is happening. I'll show you guys right here. 28 days, less than a month away. Let me pull this up. So yeah, Fan Expo Toronto is happening. 28 days, 18 hours. So yeah, I don't have a full month. I have less than a month. I have 28 days in between, after work, because I work from home, which is a good thing. However, like Wednesdays I work from 12:35 to 9:05. Thursdays I'm working from 10:30 to 7 p.m. The rest of the days I'm usually off work between 5 and 6 o'clock. So I do have the evenings, but there's only so much I can do in the evenings because, well, either dinner with the wife, and also I can't really work past 10 p.m. If I'm using power tools, I have neighbors above me and below me, so it's not like I can use the drill. I mean, I probably could, but they always bitch and complain about it. So there's going to be stuff I have to find how I can do stuff by hand during those hours. And on the weekends, I try to monopolize my weekends with all this work, but also, you guys know I'm part of a charity cosplay group here in Buffalo, and a lot of times there's events on the weekends, and it eats up the weekends, and plus adulting, you got to do laundry, grocery shopping, all that good stuff. Let's see. Put a handle and carry the pack so you can show it in the photo with them. Well, I mean, I have the Alice frame, so I can actually take it off and hold it up with the Alice frame. You know, that's always one thing I can do. See, here's the thing with the deadline. Once I finish building the proton pack, once everything is built together, all the grommets, all the little extras, greebles are put onto there, and it's one solid proton pack, and it's bolted, mounted, everything's there. I have to test it. Not just test the electronics and the sounds, which obviously I can do that anytime, but also I need to check the durability of the proton pack. So how am I doing that? Glad you guys asked. Quite frankly, going low tech, what my plan is to put on the proton pack and run up and down the stairs of my apartment building. And I figured, hey, if I can run it up and down stairs multiple times and, you know, practice wearing it, you know, maybe in the parking lot or something like that, just get used to it, because I've never built a 3D printed pack. So if we're going to have any tears, anything break off, I want to put it through its paces, so that if I need to do repairs, if I need to print up any replacement parts, do some quick swaps, we get that done before the con. Because, guys, just building it is one step. Making sure it's actually going to be functional through one of the biggest cons around. I mean, for here in Buffalo, New York, in the Western New York region of New York State, this is probably the biggest con we have. Okay? Toronto's a couple hours away. It is a massive place, and I will endeavor to have the old GoPro with me and to record some of this so you guys can see some of the scope, some of the chaos and insanity that is Fan Expo. You know, for some people like Archer and the rest of the crew with Nerd Affiliated, you know, New York City is the big one, and it is. You know, no taking away from it, but with Fan Expo, you have the main floor area where a lot of photo ops and celebrity greetings are happening, but then you also have areas where they will have panels. You literally have to go, I think, 3 or 4 sets of escalators to go into another building, and it's just crazy. And I'll show you guys when we actually go. Mrs. Dimension is actually going to be doing a Doctor Who cosplay. She's not dressing as the Doctor, but she's dressing as one of the Doctor's companions, Donna Noble, who is actually played by Catherine Tate, who's going to be at the con, which is very cool. But for me, I've already dropped a lot of cheddar already for the Doc and Marty photo op. So, I mean, it's one of those big things you just kind of have to do. I mean, I'm a big Back to the Future fan. I mean, hell, I got the remote control up there, courtesy of Duffman's Diorama. I have an autographed Michael J. Fox Funko Pop, already certified and authenticated. I need to get that photo. The photo of Michael J. Fox and Chris Lloyd, Doc and Marty. I mean, once I have that, I mean, I think I can die a happy person. So we'll see. As far as contents, we need to do a little bit of housekeeping right now. So, there has been a lack in content. Contrary to a lot of ideas out there, the toy tuber space is so congested. The toy tuber space is so congested. I don't think that I even fit in that space anymore, to be perfectly honest. I know that is going to sound crazy, but think about how many hundreds of thousands of toy tubers out there. Everybody and their grandmother are reviewing figures. I mean, there's figures I literally just got. He's been out for a good strong minutes, okay? I don't have the finances to pre-order everything and anything that's out there. Plus, there's a lot of people out there who have the inside connections with a lot of the toy companies, or they have people who are connections with toy shops and who can order direct and get stuff early. That's just not in my wheelhouse, guys. It really isn't. Am I going to stop collecting? No, I'm always going to be a collector, collecting stuff that I love and enjoy. I mean, hell, look at the license plates I have up here. You know, Ecto 1, Ecto 1, Ecto 1A, We got the weathered Afterlife one. We have Ecto 88. If you're a fan of Ready Player One, you know. We have the Rocket 88 from Buckaroo Banzai. I mean, we have Eagle 5. We have some of my Ghostbuster photos up there, you know. I'm always going to be a collector. It's just that I can't be that toy tuber anymore. I will comment on figures. If there's a Hasbro stream, maybe I'll do a stream and talk about it. But when it comes down to it, I can't officially say I'm still a toy tuber. I just can't. Because it comes down to a point of when you have to think space, and not the final frontier, but you have to think about space. There's a lot of people talking about, popcorn buckets. They fill up space a lot, That's why I'm not all over the popcorn buckets like a lot of other people are. Nothing against anyone who is. If that's your jam, rock it out, guys. Rock it out. But for me, it's a thing where I can't realistically stand here and say I'm a toy tuber. I love collecting things. I will still follow a lot of people. I will pop in and chat on a lot of streams, but when it comes down to it, I'm just not in that toy tuber space. I'm so far behind, it's not even funny. I mean, hell, last weekend I was hanging out with Oz and the crew at the clubhouse, and, I was sitting there and we're enjoying the conversation. I'm participating in the conversation, but for the most part, I was unboxing figures. I was just unboxing figures. I was doing some poses, taking some pictures right in front of, right on the desk, and they saw me doing that. And you know what? That's what it was. It was just me unboxing. I wasn't talking. I wasn't narrating like, oh, take a look at this figure, because you know what? Everybody and their grandmother have a lot of these figures already. Okay? I mean, I just unboxed, Morph, or not Morph, Chameleon. I said Morph. 10 points deducted from House Dimension. But I was unboxing a lot of stuff that's already been out, And that's the thing. I'm okay with that. I have peace with that, What do we have here? I wasn't doing collecting content for a long time, so the rebrand made some for me to get in line with more conversations and what made sense of what I'm doing. Sometimes you have to look at what you can trim out versus what to add. Keep it simple. Well, see, that's another thing. Is this my printer? I love to 3D print. I mean, I'm no pro at it. I'm still learning. But I've been, with me printing my first ever Proton Pack, everything on there, with the exception of the lenses and some of the, the hoses, the wires, everything else has been 3D printed on there. Everything's 3D print. So that has been an awesome experience. I'm also 3D printing parts to modify the Afterlife Proton Pack, which is now, I mean, let's just call it as it is. It's a Frozen Empire pack right now. And speaking of which, yes, I did go in on the Hasbro 84 pack. Archer knows this. I'm still trying to get my hands on an 84 wands, but we'll see what happens. We got Rick, Left Coast Graphics, in the chat. So, Left Coast, Rick, are you looking forward to Peacemaker Season 2? I'm looking forward to it. I've been doing a lot of stuff, guys. Archer knows this. There's the Harbor Freight had a deal on their Apache cases. I bought one the day before. So we have that. I already pretty much modded everything. Let me actually show you guys. As long as my microphone doesn't go out. So here we are. We got our case. Let's move this back. So as you guys can kind of see, I got the two in a box here. We got the Spangler, the PKE. We got the trap itself. We got the pedal. We have the wires. And it only came with 2 sets of rods, but you see the rest of those? I 3D printed all those. So yeah, it was a fun little project. Harbor Freight has these cases. I bought it at full price, believe it or not. I did some custom hazard striping. It's still a work in progress. Sit there right in the chair. And speaking of rebranding, Dave's Dimension may be featuring a new permanent logo change. I have a friend of mine who's working on something very special, and that may actually lead to a full channel name change. We don't know yet. I say we because me, myself, and I, the Three Stooges. So there's that going on. There you go. There you go, Harbor Freight. Now, I got the black case because I figured the black with the hazard striping, it'll look better. But you do you. I've seen people go for the yellow cases. I paid full price. And mind you, the idiot that I am, the wife was out with our car, so I went on my e-bike all the way over the bridge, over to Niagara Falls, into Harbor Freight. And I actually rigged, now these cases, they got a little bit of heft to them on their own. I zip tied it to the back of the handle of my backpack. So I had this thing on my back, basically pedaling all the way back to Grand Island, which was kind of hilarious in a way. good little resistance on the back, Good for the workout. Also, I do want to touch base on something else. Okay, we're going to touch base on something else. And this is where some people might not like what I'm going to say. But you know what? It's my channel. And if we can't voice our opinions, half the time we don't say what we're really thinking because we're afraid of how people are going to interpret it, how people are going to take things. And let's be honest, life is too damn short. Okay? So, I'm going to pull up my channel, or my Instagram, my IG, if you will. Giggity. Let me see if I can find the right one. Here we go. So, we're going to go ahead and share. So, I did a post about my Instagram, okay? About YouTube, how I broke 1 million views. I'm very proud of that. I thank every single one of you out there. And here's the actual post. Something I never thought would happen. 1 million views. Homegrown. No shortcuts taken here. Like some content creators. For a channel that defies the algorithm somehow. Go back. For a channel that defies the algorithm somehow. The Dimension will keep going because of everyone who supports us. Supports Stream for a Cure and the Outer Dimensions podcast. And thank you all. Blown away. 1 freaking million views. And I can't thank you guys. Of course, we had a bunch of people who commented, and I appreciated the warm sentiments. But I did have someone reach out through Threads. And they had commented that they felt that I was being confrontational, for lack of a better wording. Okay? So, there was that. That didn't exactly sit well with me, because the person who commented, I considered them a friend. I really did consider them a friend. But they kind of came off, and the only thing is, when I said that the views were homegrown, no shortcuts, what I was referring to is there's people out there that they will pay for views, they will pay for subscribers. They get approached by these so-called social media gurus and say, hey, I'll, I can help you grow. We can get you this much and this much. You know what? I've never paid for views. I never paid for subscribers, and I never will. I didn't start YouTube because I wanted to be rich. Never. I thought it would be fun. I started the channel originally because I had just got into Ghostbusters cosplay, and I figured, hey, if I can do some of these mods, anybody can. And that's what I originally started to do. And then I started to do unboxing of figures and kind of just went in so many different directions. That's where the reference to, defying the algorithm. I'm still here. But what happened was a person had pointed out that I was being confrontational. Let me see if I can pull up the actual... I'm going to see if I can pull it up. Was I able to pinpoint what performed the best out of those millions views? That's awesome. Well, that's the thing. If we go to YouTube, and why not? Let's just go to my YouTube. Let's pull back the curtain, people. Okay. We're going to go to Studio. So right now we're at 2,741 subscribers. I'm still so far away from monetization, don't even ask. It is so pathetic, it's not even funny. Right now, see here, watch hours. I'm at 1,849 watch hours. At one point, I was like 600 watch hours away from hitting the 3,000, and life happens. Things happen, and it just, it just happens. I mean, life is always going to come first. My wife, my friends, my family are always going to come first. That's me. So let's just take a look here. Yeah, I don't, if you guys, there's my watch hours. I know people do shorts. I'm not a short person. I've tried to make shorts, and it just doesn't sit right with me personally. It's just not part of my vibe and who I am. Plenty of people do amazing on shorts. But if we take a look at, let's see here, content, analytics. We want to look at analytics. We want to go for the lifetime. There we go. Okay, so yeah, we're still at 1 million views, obviously. We got our 14.2 thousand watch hours. That's lifetime, mind you. Here you go. 1,018,279 views so far. So there you go. If we look at this, my best consistent viewership was probably around March 24. I think we were gearing up for String for the Cure around that time, to be honest. Some of our, obviously, I do have one short that performs unlike anything else. Big shocker. So yeah, the Ecto-1 pulling out of the firehouse at Ghostbusters Day. I think that's year 2, in fact. So that, I mean, the thing is, and look, 72.5% stayed to watch. That has to say something. I mean, who doesn't love Ghostbusters, right? But it is a very niche content. So, I mean, how often can you really make Ghostbusters content? I mean, anyone who's a Ghostbusters fan, you check out, Jason at Ghostbusters News. He's the elite source. You got the boys at Tools of Talents. You got the North California Ghostbusters. You already have a lot of people out there. Okay. Let's see. Do we have? Is there a number of views for this one? Let me go back. So this one is probably the most 816,196 views. The next one, believe it or not, 21,000 views, is my Samsung monitor that I've had forever. When did that come out? This was... I mean, this is so rough. I was using Windows as a little intro thing for video editing. This is so old. Or you weren't even seeing my face. I was just trying to assemble things. I'm playing Ghostbusters, the video game right there. You know. I mean, I love doing tech stuff, but I just can't do it on a regular basis because, well, I'm funding my own tech. But I will never buy views. I will always be just straightforward. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that I would pose to the person or anyone out there who is criticizing that statement. Okay? Why would someone get upset? Why would someone feel the need that they had to comment back at me unless they might be someone who is doing that very same thing? That's what popped up in my head. I hate to say that. But I mean, that makes the most sense if you ask me. You know? So, I mean, let me see if I can pull up threads. There you go. I want to read the full statement. If I can pull it up. Let me see here. Yeah, they congratulated me and said, but there's a tip. Here's a tip. In celebration, you might not want to insult other creators. I still consider you a friend, but with comments like that, I might feel you don't feel the same way. So with that being said, if someone said that to you, if someone made that kind of a statement, I mean, it was me being proud that I could reach what I reached personally. I consider that an amazing goal right there. I mean, hell, breaking 100 subscribers, hitting over 500 views was a milestone for me. But for someone to kind of say that makes me think that that person might feel guilty. Maybe they are someone who has done that, who has walked that line. And you know what? If they have, that's their business. It's not my business. But it really shows maybe who's your friend and who, you know, is just a casual person who maybe they're just trying to get along with the community at large. That's another reason why I don't know if I can consider myself a toy tuber anymore. I'm always going to have my thoughts and opinions on action figures and collectibles. But, I mean, when it comes down to it, it's... You see, that's crazy. So many views. Dang, didn't mention us for GB News. Ouch. I mean, come on. Nerd affiliated. I mean, let's be honest. When it comes to the greater Ghostbuster space, everybody and their grandmother goes to Jason because, I mean, he's got an insane collection. But Nerd Affiliated and the real Nerdbusters, you guys, you cover so much. You cover movies. And let's be honest, when it comes to number crunchers, I mean, when it comes to toy collecting or box office, we know who the number cruncher is to go to. That's you, Archer. Let's be honest. And I think you've proven that with your your Hey Archer streams. You've done it with the Daily Planet. So with that being said, you know, I think you kind of, do you have to be mentioned? I mean, you should already be in the ether, and you pretty much are. We got Rolando, the multiversal moderator. Sounds like something Rolando might say. Archer says, ignore them. Rolando saying hello to everybody and their grandmother. I have 754,000 views. Nice work. Thank you. I want all the belts. You also want to be acknowledged. Let's be honest. Acknowledge me. I'm coming for you, Jason. Well, you got to go to Canada to reach Jason. I mean, it's a thing. But that's something that kind of like, it kind of took me back, because the person who said this was someone who, this person gets along with everybody. Okay? Everybody in the toy space. And it just felt like I wasn't trying to be an ass to anyone. I was just proud of the fact that I could reach this kind of a number. Sure, maybe it's taken 5 or 6 years, but I could reach that number without paying for views, without paying for subscribers. And there's a lot of accusations out there. There are so many accusations, it's not even funny. Okay? There's so many accusations that, we can sit here all day long, we can debate it. And some people are master debaters. Giggity. But when it comes down to it, is I felt proud that my crazy channel that is all over the place, whether it's movies, tech, hangout streams, Stream for the Cure, that it goes beyond. I mean, we've raised thousands of dollars for cancer research. Okay? We've helped raise money for school lunches with Colin's school lunch fundraiser that's out there. We've done a lot. We've helped out other great causes. We helped out other channels. We helped other channels grow. I mean, I actually had one or two people message me and say that they saw me doing this and they saw themselves being able to do it, which is great. Now, sadly, I don't me and one of those people don't no longer run to those same circles, but that is, everyone's got their own path in life. Okay, we have our own roads to walk down, our own paths, our own missions to go on, and that's good. Change can be good, it can be negative, but change is necessary. Change is a part of life, let's be honest. Let's just catch up. Does anyone here take pesos for views? Well, see, that's the thing. I mean, I've seen there are people who accuse other tubers of doing it. I'm not accusing anyone. But if that's how you want to grow your channel, that's on you. I look at it kind of a karma way. And I get that a lot of people, they get into this for the fun. And then when they start to see numbers climbing, they start to say, hey, well, what if? What if I could how far can I get this going? Can I do this where, like, maybe I don't have to pull overtime, or hey, what if I don't have to do extra shifts this week, What if I didn't have to do 2 jobs, right? Those kinds of thoughts and questions start to get in your mind, and you're like, hey, wait a minute. Maybe I can get this to a point where, hey, YouTube pays for some, 4 or 5 figures a month. What if I could do that? And let's be honest, that is a human thought. That is a human motivation. We are all human. There's not one person out there who hasn't said, hey, it'd be cool if I can do this where I'm monetized. Maybe I can afford an extra figure or 2 a month. And then we start to get more and more comfortable with the idea. And you're like, well, how can I do this? How can I achieve this? We try networking. When we appear on other people's channels, we appear in other people's channels, we appear in their chats, we meet other collectors, we meet other people in the YouTube space, and we try and form friendships and bonds. We make connections just like you do in the real world. If you're a salesperson and you meet other people, you hand them your business card left and right. Here, I'm John Smith, Smith & Smith Tiling. Here you go. Do you need some tiles for your home? Hey, do you need some tiles for your office? It's a thing. Networking is a thing. We do it without even realizing it. When we are talking, having conversations in chat, Rolando, Archer, Rick, you guys are all networking without even knowing. It's just natural. It's just talking with people, hanging out, having a good time. We're having fun while networking, right? But then you get these entities like, hey, for X number of dollars a month, I can get you these views, but they're doing bots, okay? They're doing bots. That's what they're doing. Just like the there's a certain channel. I am not going to mention that they specialize in this kind of. Well, I shouldn't say in buying views or anything like that, but they specialize in trying to sell you on what they think is the way to win and to grow your channel. They treat it like a business. Screw it. I'm just going to say their name. Think Media. If you ever saw Think Media, they say, hey, you don't have a YouTube channel. You have a video graveyard. They actually say this in their promos. You can see it on Instagram. You can see it on YouTube. And because they have their ideas, their methodology, and they want you to sign up for their classes and courses. Everyone's got their own hustle, right? Of course you knew it, Archer. You know I have a hate relationship with Think Media. A couple of their personalities are really good people, and they really add some common sense, especially when they do the low budget stuff. Like basic YouTuber, like, hey, get this, or hey, you can get these lenses that can clip onto your phone to help for better angles. Think Media runs through creators too. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They squeeze it like an orange. Mirage is in the house. But see, that's the thing. That is the thing that really gets me is, yes, is there a right way and a wrong way to do things? Yes, there is. Okay? There 1000% is, guys. Okay? There is a very easy way to do things. There's a hard way, there's a right way, there's a wrong way. But guess what, guys? It's up to you to find out that method. That's why we're always trying different things. We're always changing the look of our setups. We're trying to get a better camera, right? We're trying to have a better microphone. Not always. We're always trying to improve things because we feel like, hey, if I add a little bit more polish, if I add a little bit pizzazz, is this going to help me get more views? You know, it's just like for me, one of the things that throws me off, if I'm watching a video, a person's trying to sell me on a mixing board, or they're trying to sell me on a microphone, but they have poor sound. Like, they're all the way back here. I can't hear them. If I'm all the way back here, and they're right by the microphone, and you're not hearing that gain, you're not hearing your voice, that makes me switch it off right away. You know what else does? I'm probably going to get some hate on this. One of the things that really drives me bananas, will make me shut off a video immediately, is if it's AI. Now, I don't mean visually. I'm talking about audio. Audio AI, like, it sounds like this. You know, it sounds like a robot. Instead of saying Gregory, it will say Gregory. You can tell it's all computer AI audio. If you can't even sit your ass down and narrate your own video, if you're too lazy, my friend, you got 99 problems and a Dave ain't one, okay? So, I mean, to me, that's lazy, but that's just my opinion. That's my personal opinion. It's not the opinion of you guys. Cookies are done. Ow. Ooh, that is hot. Cookies are done. Those brackets I mentioned for mounting the Alice frame, or not the Alice frame, but the motherboard. So we've got these thin holes. We're going to have to definitely make them bigger so that they can bolt through. So, yeah, there you go. PETG. And what's great is the QPAC files, they actually label them for each corner so you know which one goes where. So, that's nice. Let's take a look at Brett here. The Guru channels will be the next to go. Some of the advice on where to find topics, etc., is great. But how are you going to teach Dave to get views with 1 million and you got 40K? Then they got 600 subs. Yeah, there's a lot of channels like that out there. You know what? Just for craps and laughs. Shits and giggles. You like that? Craps and laughs? See, because I'm feeling like I don't belong in the YouTube, in the toy tuber space, and part of that is this. We're all in different chat groups. Let's be honest. A lot of us are in a lot of chat groups, but sometimes those chat groups grow so big, so massive, that people stop talking in them because they're in so many damn groups. I'll be honest, I'm in a ton of groups. But some of the groups, people don't talk anymore. And at one point, I thought, did I piss somebody off? Did I upset someone? Because nobody seems to be talking, or I drop links and no one seems to be liking it, but people are liking other stuff. And that can really mess with your brain a little bit. Yes, I do have a brain. So, turn the sound off of that. So here we go. Archer, this is going on special request. So yeah, Think Media. If you notice, I don't subscribe to them. I am subscribed to this channel because I like to just see some of the crap that they come up with. 3.3 million subscribers, 2.7 thousand videos. YouTube is not about views, it's about this. You gotta love these clickbait little thumbnails they got, right? Affordable gear under $65. I love how, like, they will do videos on budget cameras. If it's not a cell phone, they will talk about budget cameras that are $500, $800, $1,000. How is that budget? You know? And look, you got all these how to make a YouTube video intro, and a lot of stuff, there's services you have to sign up for. And I hate to say it, but for a lot of the people that they have on here, they have some really fake personalities. To me, when it comes to selling me on something or getting me to do something, it's got to be genuine, okay? I'm a heavyset guy, okay? I know, surprising, shocking, isn't it? I'm a heavyset guy, but you know what, though? Some of my earliest videos, and I got a good chunk of views on one, was ghost busting for big guys, because it's hard when you're a heavyset person to cosplay. Because if you can find clothes that will fit you for the cosplay, then there is, how am I going to look in it? You know? Are people going to be laughing at me? Are people going to be applauding me? Are people just going to be making fun of me? It's high school all over again. So is YouTube. It's high school all over again, guys. And that's the thing that just, it just blows my mind. Let's take a look at some of this. I was trying to find a printer review, and it was all AI stuff. Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like when I was looking at bikes for myself, I did a ton of research, and finally, you know what I found? The heaviest person out there doing reviews is maybe about 260, 270, 275 at most. And at one point, I was almost 500 pounds. And I could not find anyone who is close to my frame. Even in my frame right now. I'm around 380, to be perfectly honest, full disclosure. I'm around 380, right? You still cannot find anyone close to my weight class who's doing bike reviews. Yet they're recommending bikes for heavyset people. Here's the thing. If you're a heavyset person, you know, if you're plus size, if you're large and in charge, are you going to listen to someone who's like maybe $185, maybe $225 at most? Or are you going to look for someone who is a larger person, and are you going to listen to them? I did a couple of videos, bike buying for big guys, and I haven't had a ton of views on them, but I've had a nice modest count for my channel. And I had people who have commented and that they appreciated the videos nonetheless. They appreciated it because guess what? They were plus size people. They were looking for bikes in their size, and they can relate to me because I'm a big guy. I'm one of them. That's the thing. It's like you look for genuineness, okay? Are you, if you're a car guy, if you're someone who's into NASCAR, into racing, are you going to want to buy premium parts from some guy who's just like Joe Public, yay? Or are you going to talk to a guy who looks like a grease monkey, who looks like someone who works on cars all the time? You're going to go with that person because they're going to talk to you like they're your friend. They're going to talk to you like they know everything, because they do. They come from experience. And that's the thing. Even in the toy tuber space, there are people out there who, I mean, there are people who I can't stand. These are people who obviously are well beyond me. I'm just a small ant compared to them. And there's people out there who, you know, they come off fake. But then when you get someone who's like, they're unboxing, maybe you're unboxing a figure and you see that excitement in that person's eyes. You know, how they're responding. It's not a script like so many other people out there are doing. And if you're using a script and it works for your content, more power to you. But personally for me, I'm not a script person, okay? I believe in being genuine and just getting genuine reactions, you know? And for me, I think that is why I've been around that long, you know? I mean, hell, like, was the one video. Don't hate on the HasLab. A lot of people were surprised at me. I know Archer was surprised at me for doing that video because I was seeing things from a different perspective, you know? Let's just catch up here. I rather the always useful guide videos narrated by Indians. I've only done 2 AI videos, and for both, I wrote the scripts and I did all the slides. Just tried having it narrate my words. It was more work than just doing it myself. I do AI music to avoid claims. See, I love AI music. The intro to this channel, to this stream, it's AI created through Suno, and I love that site. But like when you hear the obvious voices, the poor pronunciations, it's like chalk. It's like nails on a chalkboard. I'd rather have. There you go. I Show Speed gain 5,000 subs during a 4-hour live stream. That is freaking crazy, because you get people who watch, like, especially on Twitch. You know, Twitch. That's another thing. I've thought about jumping to Twitch. Not just for like these talking videos, but like for gameplay. I mean, I did the Game of Thrones gameplay. I had fun playing this game. But the thing is, there's a lot of music. There's a lot of music in it that is copyright. So I had to remove all the audio of the music. You can still hear the text of, you know, the verbal speech. But I mean, like, this was a great game for a PC game, not on console. I was playing this on PC. It was a fun game. It reminded me of The Witcher in a lot of aspects. And plus, I'm a Game of Thrones fan. So for me, playing the game was really great. So I have considered possibly jumping to Twitch for game streams to see if that will grow. You know, it's just a thing. You know, it's just a thing I have considered doing. That's the thing. It's like I'm trying to figure out what I can do. I like to do 3D printing, but I'm still a novice at it. I am so much a novice, it's not even funny. I mean, I've done hammers, I've done parts for the proton packs, I've done figure stands. Hell, I even printed a TARDIS from Doctor Who. So, I mean, I've been doing a lot of different stuff, but I don't consider myself, I wouldn't sell the stuff. Now, if a friend of mine says, hey, Dave, here's I want to send you a file. I think it would be cool, something fun. I would love to, can you print it for me? And I'll say, yeah, let me take a look at it. Let me see what I can do. Earns 40 million plus on YouTube now. Yeah. But also, like, his personality, he's a much younger guy, right? I Show Speed, you know, he's done promotions and he's done stuff with WWE and so many others. He does a lot of viral videos, so people flock to his channel to see what is he going to do next. That's just the thing, you know. It's part of him, and he works it. More power to him. you know. So yeah, this was. I mean, it's not perfect. It got a little residual right there, but I mean, this was a fun little project because I love Doctor Who. You know, it's one solid. I've printed Mr. Fusion from Back to the Future, full size one. There's a lot of other stuff I want to 3D print. Hell, I even 3D printed a hoverboard. I bet that was a sponsor situation. Could be, yeah. I bought so much stuff when I started, it was a waste. Yeah, that's another thing. It's like, hell, I have 3 cameras. I have my OBSBot, tiny. I'm not using that right now. I still have my C922. I actually use this mostly for work because it is still a great camera on a work laptop. And right now we're using my Elgato Facecam, the first one. I'm still in the Mark 1. And you guys, to me, it looks perfect. I'm getting plenty of good lighting in here, good coloring. I don't do scripts. Can you tell? Hey, honestly, not doing scripts, I think you get a lot of genuine reactions. Gap After Dark, you have always been genuine, Dave, and that's appreciated. Appreciate you very much. I've started on, excuse me, started on unboxing when I actually get something for my collection and not for content. I can't afford that crap. That's the thing. I used to have a ton of Hot Toys. You guys saw, at one point, I had a bunch of Hot Toys. I don't have the Hot Toys anymore. Well, a bunch of trash on the floor I need to clean up. But I don't have Hot Toys anymore. All I have is 2 Spidey, Endgame Cap. Doctor Who, the 11th Doctor is not a Hot Toy, but then I have Hot Toy Flash. I sold my Hot Toys. I sold all the Hot Toys, all the other Hot Toys I had. I still have my 3-0 White Ranger, Green Ranger. But I sold a lot of my Hot Toys to fund the Fan Expo tickets and also to get the photo op for Michael J. Fox and Chris Lloyd, which is like 580 Canadian. But I also had some other expenses that we had to take care of here in the Dimension, de la Casa de Dimension, that we had to take care of. So that worked out at the time. Rick, I swear if you don't lose the next giveaway, it's fixed. There you go. I need to swear more. I've been holding back. Well, hey, Rick, I mean, there's the Peacemaker Season 2 coming out. If you want to bring back our little Peacemaker watch party, let me know. I'm always down for that. I don't know if we can get our third back, but I'd be down for it. Yes, Rick, we can tell. I tried AI music, if freaking crazy, but heard that they claim some music. That's the thing. Some sites that do AI music, they can claim it. Because technically, you create the music, but the rights do belong to the site that's creating it. It's fixed, Brett. That's what Gap says. They'll claim all AI music if they don't get a plan that lets you own the rights. Hashtag scam. There you go. Let's see here. What else we got? Mirage, while I am no YouTuber, I hardly plan whatever I post on my page. Just do it. Just do what pops in my mind and immediately do it. Perhaps people do think that is being genuine. I think so. If there's something you like and you post on your page, that's genuine. I think game streams aren't the move anymore. A lot of those people like Speed do in real life streams and just talk. And see, that's the thing. I mean, yes, right now I'm solo. But I'm interacting with you guys in the chat. When I was doing streams on Tuesdays, when I was doing Tuesday Night Talks, we would get a few people here and there, but then there was a lot of nights where it was just dead. Okay? It was just dead, and then there's times when people are having their own private conversations that don't pertain to the stream. And I mean, you're there showing. I get that you're there giving the view times to your friend who's hosting it. But when you're having your own conversations, like private conversations that are going for like an hour long in the stream, that's separate than the topic being discussed on camera, that comes off as, well, they're not interested. And that's another reason why a lot of times I was kind of taking breaks from Tuesday Night Talks. The other thing is, because I was part of the toy tuber space, a lot of toy tubers do streams on Tuesday nights. Now, do I plan on doing streams on Wednesday nights? It is not something I am planning on doing, but I felt I wanted to do a stream and tackle a few topics that I've been meaning to, such as, why have I not been streaming? I've been run down. But also on Proton Pack mode. I've been in, when I'm building, when I'm focused on something, all my attention, all my time is focusing into that. All my free time. I mean, I've gone through so many reels of filament. I've had to reprint parts repeatedly. I've even working on a few Fortnite crowns for some friends. But I mean, when I'm focused on something, I will keep focusing and working on that. If you put a problem in front of me, I can't let go of it. I have to solve it. I have to figure things out. Okay? That's just me. So I've been focused with that. Now, I am going to address the Outer Dimensions podcast. If you guys noticed, it has been absent the past few weeks. Well, life happens. Okay? Life gets involved. Of course, I have my wife and our crazy cats. And my wife has, there's been a lot of stuff going on in our lives that we're doing what we need to do. But also, my partner in crime, my brother, one of my best friends ever, Dre, he's had a lot of stuff going on in his life. And I'm not going to talk about it, because that's his life, okay? He's going through a lot of things that his schedule, it's always family first. You guys have always heard me say family first. Always, okay? Family first, and we'll figure things later. So right now, Outer Dimension Podcast is on a hiatus. Schedules permitting. We'll see what happens with the future. But right now, Outer Dimension is on hold. It's on pause. We did that before, but we came back, guys. So the Outer Dimension podcast is just on pause. It's just like your favorite video game. It's on pause. We're in the kitchen making Hot Pockets and grabbing some Mountain Dew. Okay, so that's what's going on with the Outer Dimension podcast. Okay, sometimes life hands you some curveballs, and you just have to step up and take care of it. Hell, a little over 2 years ago, I lost my job working for the government. I was working as Veteran Affairs in the Education Department. I lost that job right around Christmas time. Dre and so many others had my back. They understood that I kind of needed to step back from things. And I did. And eventually I bounced back, and I'm still here. Sometimes it's a mental aspect. Sometimes it's a physical aspect. Sometimes it's just a social aspect that sometimes you need to step back, or you need to kind of reassess things, And that's the thing. Dave's Dimension, or whatever form my channel takes in the future, whether it's a mixture of gaming and live streams, I think part of me is I thrive most on the interactions with you guys. Let's see here. I bought a tambourine to do my own music from now on. Can anyone see my cats? Well, I can see the cat in your photo. Or, no, your chats. Oh, I totally misread that. I see the cat, and I'm like, can anyone see my cats? Gap, I do see your chats. Your chats are right on the screen right now. Gaming can work, but it's definitely expanded from what it used to be. Yeah, you guys have seen me do, the intros. The intros I made from Filmora, kind of copy and pasting stuff here and there. And I like doing that stuff. I like playing around with some of the graphic stuff. I'm just not a Photoshop person. Hey, friends, sorry I'm late. Nope, that's perfectly fine. David's Life. He's a YouTuber and vlogger from Western New York area here in Tonawanda. I met him at one of the auto shows we had this past year. What's a script? What's editing? Yep, I can. There you go. Did anyone see Gap's chat? Yes, we did. I did, anyways. I have asked Tom Green to make an intro twice over the past few years. I feel like I'm harassing him. Or are you wearing him down, Rick? Wearing him down, kind of like Urkel. There you go. Rolando Toy Hunter. Hey, friend, how's life? Nice box. Giggity. Hanging to the left. There you go. The Tom Green, former husband of Drew Barrymore and host of an MTV hit show. There you go. See here. Gap, maybe Streamlabs followed me in and timed you out for caps. Now I can see him. 580 for autographs? No, not for autographs, for the photo op. But it is Michael J. Fox. I mean, considering, see, the way I look at it is he might be asking that much so that he gets good donations for his Fox Foundation for Parkinson's. That's the way I look at it. But it's Michael J. Fox and Chris Lloyd. I love Back to the Future. Got my Back to the Future Hot Toys, which I will never part unless there's a medical issue. Who knows? Ouch. 500 loonies. I would do it, though, as well. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I love Back to the Future. I mean, my first Proton pack was a Flux pack. This is Flux pack, technically Mark III. I still have a lot to do with it. There's still a few things I need to do, but I've been putting off. But, I mean, it is coming out greater than I had hoped. I also learned a lot while 3D printing this Proton pack. So the next Proton pack I 3D print will be even better. Who knows? There was once talks with a friend of mine about possibly doing an Evil Dead Proton pack. We'll see what happens. But now that I know how to 3D print the parts and the assembly process, I'm fine-tuning it from my perspective and my use, so it's great. I certainly bought this. Okay, well, I can't. Let me see. I'm going to pull up YouTube. I can't click on that link. There you go. Oh, there you go. So this is what David is putting the link in the chat for. It's a smooth Q3 folding 3-axis gimbal stabilizer. So that's very cool. It's not bad considering the price. Rolando says nice. Family first, YouTube later. Exactly. But Mirage, you're family. A lot of you guys I do consider family. Dre is, I mean, me and Dre met through a mental health stream, and we connected, we became friends, and we're basically family. I mean, I'm his brother, he's my brother, you know? I mean, hell, his youngest calls me Uncle Dave. So, I mean, it's, you know, we're family. Plain and simple. I did a gaming channel, but really no traction, so I stopped. See, I think YouTube is a little hard. I think YouTube is good for instructional videos. But if you want to watch live stream, you want to interact with the player, I think Twitch is where it's at least as far as my opinions of it. Tom Green, the famous Canadian rapper. There you go. There you go. It's good to see you, Dave. I gotta go sleep. Yeah, you go ahead and get some sleep. I know it is late. It is 11:41. Honestly, on Wednesdays, I work until 9:05 p.m. Eastern. And then maybe I have a little dinner or I talk with the wife for a little bit. She goes to bed. I said, you know what? I'm doing a stream tonight. I'm going to try not to be too loud. Because I felt I needed to do a stream to let you guys know that, I mean, as of late, the toy tuber space, there's so many toy tuber communities out there, let's be honest. Okay? Just move my ecto gear out of the way. Move the motherboard out of the way. But see, that's the thing. I mean, when I started with YouTube, a lot of you guys were amazing. You still are amazing, but met a lot of you guys because of Sleeping Collectibles, Cold Bane Games, and a lot of other tubers. But, tubers and communities can come and go. It happens. And as of late, I really haven't felt a part of any one community lately. I mean, I'll say this. I get nothing but love from the Clubhouse crew, which they are literally 100 or more amazing YouTubers, toy collectors, people who are makers, people who 3D print, they PLA, resin, people who make crafts and accessories from scratch. People who are amazing, and that is something I really love and appreciate. But a lot of the larger communities that I was a part of for the past few years, I feel like a stranger half the time. And that just doesn't sit well, For me, that's just not something that sits well with me. I still love building Gundams. I still love assembling things, But when it comes down to it, I don't feel like I'm still a part of the puzzle when it comes to ToyTube. I still love reacting to the Hasbro streams and seeing what is coming out, what's not coming out. I'm very intrigued for the Marvel Legends, the Fantastic Four figures. A lot of that stuff I'm very excited for. My Spider-Man, I finally unboxed Spidey Unlimited. I really love this figure. I still collect G.I. Joes. I unboxed a whole ton of them. But I don't know if I fit in that same space anymore. In that same toy tuber space. I mean, I'm still going to do these streams. I'm still going to hang out. We're still going to talk about things. I might look at Hot Toys occasionally, but I don't really see myself funding Hot Toys right now. I don't. I want to try and I have a big endeavor I want to do this year. And if you guys want to come along for the ride, do. I have the HasLab Ecto 1 coming. I got the Deluxe Ecto 1. But that thing needs a proper display. So, what is Dave talking about? I am possibly talking about 3D printing a display diorama possibly for it. Possibly, I have thought about 3D printing a full-size, well, I shouldn't say full-size, but 3D printing a firehouse that would accommodate that Ecto 1. It would take a long while, probably would take several months for me to 3D print stuff and then to paint and to assemble it, but I think it could be a nice, fun project. It would be a learning curve and experience for me, and you guys might have some fun hearing me curse and, stab myself occasionally. Literally, during the process of me building the proton pack, I had a nice little slip where a hobby knife went right into my hand. Yep, I'm scarred. For life. There you go. Rick's like, do it. Mirage says, the toy community is also, filled with many people that you need to make yourself be different in a notable way to get attention. This is why Jobby and Spider Criminal are so popular. And see, that's the thing. It's like I was saying before. There's hundreds of thousands of toy tubers out there. Everybody and their grandmother are doing figures. And it's hard to stand out. But also, my interests have always been all over the place. Let me see here. This happened to me too when a broken glass file. Yeah, this one wouldn't stop bleeding for like a good, 20, maybe 30 minutes. I mean, I had to change bandages quite a bit for this. And also to not freak out my wife. I told her like 2 or 3 days later. She's like, oh, you have a bandage on your hand. I was like, yeah, I kind of cut myself the other day. So, so that's a whole thing. I'm not going away, guys. I am not going away by any shape of the imagination. I want to do more stuff. I did say I want to get another AMS so I can do 8 colors at once, which would be very fun and very awesome. I could do more complex 3D prints. I want to do more painting. I want to do a little bit more craft work, because that's really, I mean, that's always been a part of my jam. I mean, when I started this channel, that's what I was doing, was working on Spirit Halloween proton packs and trying to customize them and trying to do this with a trap and learning dry brushing and learning this and learning that. I've learned so much, and I kind of miss working with my hands and building stuff. Okay, that's part of it. Okay, so we're still going to be doing hangouts. We're still going to be talking. In fact, I may schedule a stream this weekend. If you guys are up for it, I may schedule a stream to talk about Superman. I saw the movie yesterday. I enjoyed it. I originally wanted to hate the movie. I'll talk about that. But I need to do a few things. Like clean up my side desk here. Check some messages on my phone. But also, guys, I want to thank you guys for hanging out, because I can always count on Rick, Left Coast Graphics, because we all know the best coast is the left coast. I will never forget that, Rick. We have Gap After Dark. He came through the chat. He and I have been bouncing around in these collector channels for a couple years now. Mirage, who of course is our Brunei brother from courtesy of Cole Bain's channel. Appreciate you, Mirage, as always. David's Life. I mean, you can't go wrong with a YouTuber named David, right? Good, love the talkings. I saw last week, Superman. I am seeing Fantastic Four on Friday. Awesome. I am trying to figure out a time when me and Mrs. Dimension can go see it this weekend. She also wants to see the Jurassic World movie, and there's one other movie I am blanking on, but I'm sure Dre is going to remind me. Mirage says, Superman is a great film. It did not impress me from the trailers, but it turned out to be my second favorite superhero movie behind Spider-Man 2. See, the trailers did not impress me either, Mirage. So you and I were on the same page. I did not like the suit. He looked all goofy with the curly hair as Clark Kent. I didn't like the look, the bowl cut that they gave Guy Gardner, aka Nathan Fillion. There was a lot of stuff that I was just kind of I just can't. But James Gunn, I don't know what it is. He can take something that I dislike and he can turn it around. I don't know how the hell he does it. Peacemaker, I hated Peacemaker in the second Suicide Squad movie, but you give him a TV show and I friggin' love it. Peacemaker was awesome. He turned it around, which was great. I really wanted to hate this movie, but I wound up loving the movie. I mean, even the psychotic, Crypto, crazy ass dog. But there's a lot of great people, a lot of great talent in that movie. And a friend of mine who does cosplays was actually popped up on screen. So that was cool to see that person, just in the crowd. So that was very awesome. But yeah, the movie was great. There's a lot of things that James Gunn did. We're going to talk about in full detail at some point, maybe this weekend, or it could be next Tuesday. We'll do a stream. We'll see what happens. We'll see where my mindset is and where I am project wise. I do still have a few loose figures I need to open up. We have some Masterverse figures I need to open up at some point. Great to know, Dave. Not going to Transit Drive-In. If we do a theater, we'll probably be going to like a theater near us. We might be doing Capitol up in Niagara Falls here. My wife has a slight health issue right now where she can't sit for prolonged periods of time, so we have to kind of figure things out with that. Or who knows? We'll see what happens. Mirage says, too bad Superman doesn't have any notable good figures. Hot Toys and InArt are different leagues, so don't count. So don't count to me. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, Dre got the deluxe McFarlane figure with Superman and Crypto. It's interesting, but I haven't seen it in person. And I kind of stopped McFarlane a while back, so we'll see what happens. Plus, McFarlane is losing DC after this year, so we'll see. The Joy toy is the closest to good scale, is odd. SH Figure Arts would have been amazing if it weren't for the face. Yeah, the face has been kind of weird and off. David's Life says, I know the Capitol. Yeah, love that place. Yeah, it used to be a Regal Theater, but then Dipson took it over. It had to do with the leasing, because they actually owned the property, and Regal didn't renew the lease, so it went into a different direction. It's a nice theater. You can always find plenty of parking, and plus, if you need to pick up tools afterwards, you get Home Depot. So we'll see what happens. But guys, I'm going to wrap this up. We have been going for an hour and a half only. But again, I just wanted to kind of let you guys know my thoughts out there. Again, when it comes to content creating, you do you. You take the path that you feel is the best for you. You take the path that's the best for you, okay? When it comes to, if you feel that you want to go down the paths of, other methods, colorful methods, to acquire views and subs, that's on you. And if you feel that my comments were out of line, feel free to unsubscribe and unfollow me. Okay? Just like with TV, if there's something you don't like, change the channel. So if you don't care for what I said or my views, feel free to unsubscribe and move on to someone else. Hey, if you do, I have no ill will towards you. We all have our different tastes, our different styles, and we move on. Life is too short to get caught up on hang-ups. So if this means that more people in the toy tuber space are not going to associate with me or communicate with me, I mean, ultimately, that's your choice. That is your choice. This past year, I had a confrontation, kind of a back and forth with another YouTuber. And ultimately, we both said what we had to clear, what we felt we had to say, and then we went apart when we went those separate ways. Okay? And that's what grown adults should be doing. Okay? So, if you feel you have to linger on my thoughts or my criticisms, that's up to you. Life is too short, and so are some people that I know. They're pretty short. But guys, you know me. I'm always going to be Dave. I might not always be Dave's Dimension, but I will always be Dave. And you guys know what I always say. This is the channel where chaos and insanity will always reign supreme. And of course, your channel for tech, toys, and talk. We will always talk. We'll always have tech. And I'll always be talking a little bit of toys. But guys, until next time, keep on busting. And you know what I'm going to say. I say it every single time. I will always, always catch you on the flip side. Take care, guys.
Stepped into days and that shit's so wild, where chaos rules and sanity's exiled. Tech toys and gadgets fill the air. Superheroes talk without a care. In this realm of